You didn't wake up broken. You woke up. You made coffee. You checked your phone. And somewhere between the alarm and the front door, something in you just gave up. Not dramatically. No tears. No breakdown. Just a quiet, hollow feeling. Like the lights are on but nobody's home anymore. And the scariest part? You can't even explain it to anyone. Because from the outside, your life looks completely fine. So why does simply existing feel this exhausting? This video isn't about depression. It's not about burnout in the traditional sense. It's about something far more specific, a psychological state that millions of people are living inside right now, and almost nobody is talking about it honestly. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what's happening inside your mind, why it's happening, and 3 concrete things that can genuinely begin to shift it. Stay with me. This one matters. Before you can fix something, you have to name it. There's a term in psychology called ego depletion. It's the idea that your mental energy, your ability to make decisions, regulate emotions, stay present, is a finite resource. And modern life is running that resource into the ground before noon. Think about your average Tuesday. You wake up already behind on something. Your inbox has 47 unread messages. You scroll past someone's highlight reel on Instagram, their promotion, their vacation, their seemingly effortless life, and without even realizing it, your brain has already made hundreds of micro-comparisons. Each one costs something. Researchers at the University of Florida found that acts of self-regulation, controlling your emotions, suppressing reactions, making choices, all draw from the same mental reservoir. And when that reservoir runs dry, it doesn't announce itself. It doesn't send a warning notification. It just stops. And suddenly, everything feels heavy. Here's what makes this state so isolating. It doesn't feel like sadness exactly. Sadness has texture. It has tears. It has a reason. This feels more like static. Psychologists call it emotional blunting, when your nervous system has been overstimulated for so long that it starts muting your emotional responses to protect itself. You used to get genuinely excited about things. A road trip. A new season of your favorite show. A text from someone you liked. Now you look at those same things and there's just nothing there. You know you should feel something. But the signal isn't connecting. And that absence, that strange emotional silence, is somehow more frightening than pain. Because pain, at least, means you're feeling something. This is your nervous system in crisis mode. Not shutting down. Just rationing. Like a city cutting power to certain neighborhoods to keep the essential services running. The essential services are keeping you functional, going to work, paying bills, showing up. But joy, excitement, genuine connection, those neighborhoods go dark first. And here's where it gets quietly devastating. Because you're still functioning. You answer emails. You meet deadlines. You even laugh at the right moments during office small talk. You've become incredibly skilled at performing person who has it together. The performance is so convincing that the people closest to you have no idea. Your co-workers think you're handling it. Your family thinks you're just busy. And you get home, close the door behind you, and the mask comes off. Not with relief. With collapse. You sit in your car for 10 minutes before going inside. Not because you're listening to a song. Just because you need 10 more seconds before you have to be anyone again. Psychologist Irving Goffman described social life as a kind of theater, where we're all performing roles for different audiences. But what happens when the actor never gets to leave the stage? What happens when the curtain never comes down? The performance starts eating the performer. And the cruel irony is this: the better you are at performing okay, the less likely anyone is to offer you a hand. Everyone has advice for you. Go for a run. Journal your feelings. Practice gratitude. And those things aren't wrong. But here's what they miss. Giving advice about willpower to someone with an exhausted nervous system is like telling someone with a broken leg to just walk it off. The tool you're being told to use is the exact tool that's damaged. Neuroscientist Dr. Lisa Feldman Barrett's research shows that the brain operates on a body budget, constantly predicting and managing your physical and emotional resources. When that budget is chronically overdrawn, through chronic stress, social pressure, sleep disruption, emotional labor, the brain doesn't respond to inspiration. It responds to safety. It doesn't need a motivational speech. It needs a signal that the threat has passed. So the first real step isn't doing more. It's creating conditions where your nervous system finally believes it's allowed to rest. Shift 1. Stop narrating your own failure. The internal voice of someone in this state is brutal. Why can't I just be normal? Why am I like this? Other people manage. Why can't I? That internal narration isn't honesty. It's your depleted brain running a threat assessment and coming up with you as the threat. The shift is simple but not easy. Move from judgment to observation. Not, I'm so lazy, I've done nothing today. But, I notice I'm running very low right now. Same fact. Completely different nervous system response. One activates shame, which drains more energy. The other activates curiosity, which opens a door. Shift 2. Shrink the window. When everything feels heavy, the future becomes the enemy. How am I going to keep doing this for years? When does this get better? What if it never does? Your brain cannot answer those questions right now, and trying to force it to just burns through whatever reserves you have left. Shrink the window dramatically. Not, how do I fix my life? But, what's one thing in the next 2 hours that won't make this worse? That's it. One small, manageable question. Psychologists call this behavioral activation, the idea that action doesn't follow motivation. Motivation follows action. Even the smallest movement sends a signal to your brain. I am still capable. I am still here. Shift 3. Redefine what rest actually means. Here's something almost nobody tells you. Lying on the couch watching 3 hours of algorithmically optimized short videos is not rest. It feels like rest. Your body is still. But your brain is working harder than it does in a meeting. Every clip is a microjolt of novelty. Every scroll is a tiny dopamine spike followed by a crash. After 4 hours of this, you feel worse than when you started. And you blame yourself for wasting time. But you weren't lazy. You were using the wrong tool. Real neurological rest looks profoundly boring from the outside. Sitting near a window with no screen. A slow walk where you're not listening to anything. Lying on the floor, literally just the floor, with your eyes closed and no goal. Neuroscience calls this activating your default mode network, the brain's internal processing system that only switches on when external input switches off. This is where your brain files away experiences, processes emotions it hasn't had time to touch, and begins, quietly, slowly, to repair itself. It doesn't feel productive. That's exactly why it works. I want to leave you with something true. The fact that you searched for this video, that you sat here and watched this far, that's not a small thing. People who are truly beyond caring don't go looking for answers. You're still looking. That matters. You're not failing at life. You're carrying an invisible weight in a world that never stops asking you to act like you aren't. And sometimes the most radical, courageous thing you can do isn't a breakthrough moment. It's just getting through today with a little less cruelty toward yourself. Winter doesn't apologize for being cold. It just is, and then slowly, without fanfare, it passes. You're allowed to be in winter. If something in this video landed for you, even one sentence, drop a comment below. You don't have to share your whole story. Even just a period. A dot. So we know someone else is out there moving through this too. If this helped you, subscribing means the next video finds you when you need it. And next time, we're going into something just as real, why high-functioning people are often the loneliest, and what the research says about why nobody checks on the ones who seem fine. Take care of yourself. I'll see you there.